Avenue Radio traffic update.
What is the Delta variant? It's a faster, more efficient version of the original virus that causes COVID-19. It's the same virus, it's just better at infecting people. Delta is far more contagious than its predecessors. It's spreading twice as quickly as the original strain, and people who are infected with it carry around much more virus. Getting vaccinated is the best defense we have against COVID-19, including against the Delta variant. Now check this out. The vaccine is free, safe, and effective. Time to protect yourself is now. Learn more at kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
We got the feeling now?
Yeah.
R&B, soul, funk, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. We give you all that and more on Star Time. Join me, Paul Pearson, for a 2-hour trip through the history of R&B. A new episode every week on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Come and get the feeling on Star Time on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
This is Tyrone with God Is and the inspiration of gospel music also on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We give out free food each and every Saturday from 11 to 2. And so we want you to come on out and support us when we love on your community. And we also have a fish fry once a month. We want to raise funds, put back into the community. And so come on, support us. We need your love. And also, if you want to be in Rainier Avenue Radio.world, get to the website, Facebook, Instagram, and God Is. And as God Is got a website, we need your help, community. So come on out and get your free food each and every Saturday it is. And so we asking for donation, whatever you feel to give from your heart to the mind. And as we're doing it right here for you, go to our website and touch love and give back. And so come on by 810 23rd Avenue. Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station and inspiration of all the things we do in your community.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and on Twitter at Rainier Av Radio.
I love the sound of shattering glass. Hello there, world. Bettina Carey here, and I'm the founder and CEO of WeEmpowerYourLife.com, the website, and the We Empower You community and movement. And I used to dream about breaking through my glass ceilings, and what I found that it was just nearly impossible to do. But in 2020, when COVID reared its ugly head, I learned that glass ceilings are meant to be shattered, not just merely broken. So I shattered my revenue glass ceiling just last year by founding the We Empower You community and movement. So if you'd like to shatter some of your glass ceilings, you're in the right place. We're on Rainier Avenue Radio live on Thursday, every Thursday except for holidays at 1:30 p.m. So thank you for joining us. And since I mentioned COVID, let me introduce to you today's topic and our guest. If you operate a business, whether open to the public or a place for employees only, it has to be clean. This is true at any time, not just during a pandemic or the flu season. Cleaning, disinfecting, and sanitizing is what Veltex Services does. And if they're not cleaning, they're training others to safely clean through their subsidiary, Veltex Advisors. Our guest today is Anthony Veliz, the owner and operator of Veltex Services, and he says it's their job to take care of for you professionally and thoroughly. He's a We Empower You member and has shattered a few glass ceilings of his own. And ensuring your premises are clean and safe has much to do with experience, but also with continuing education. So his employees are always up to date on the best cleansers and techniques. They say you'll spot the difference between what they do compared to what others do. And there's a little story behind that. Welcome, Anthony. It's so great to have you here today.
Hello. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, you know, it's been a while since we've spoken, just about a month or so ago in terms of face-to-face, but this will have to do, right?
Absolutely. I appreciate it. That's for sure.
Yes. So your story is like a dog with two tails. There are literally two stories and two generations that are responsible for Veltec's success. Share a little bit about what I mean by that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for the opening as well. So the business has been established since 1986, and originally the idea actually came from my grandfather on the Velez side, and he introduced that to my parents, and they saw the opportunity, and they just ran with it. They really took advantage of the idea and said, you know what, we could do this too. And at such a young age, even for them, they were able to start getting contracts and move forward. Although they pretty much kept it to a very small company, they were primarily the operators and overseeing all the projects. And they really enjoyed it. And growing up, that gave me my foundation. Studying them, seeing their ups and downs and challenges that they went through were just amazing. I mean, my parents were such a good observation and somebody to look up to, so I'm very grateful for that. And along the way, they were able to help introduce me. I was very intrigued. I wanted to be there. And then it all started with the interest of just seeing my dad, because it would be like a Friday night, for example, and my mom would say to my sister and I, "Hey, you guys want to go see your father?" And we'd absolutely. Well, we'd pack up and take him to McDonald's for lunch, and before you know, we were there at the building where he was cleaning, and just being there, seeing what he was doing, seeing all the keys. I can't even explain to you how many keys he had on his hip, but he kept it organized. He had a system down, and I was just so observant and just really, really wanting to be a part of it. So as time went on, of course, my father and parents, they always said, we got to slow down, son. You're too young. It's not the right time. So they started showing me, though, how to do carpet cleaning, window washing, floor care. And these are commercial facilities. So we're dealing with high traffic. We're dealing with different chemicals that are on these floors. And of course, back to the basics of janitorial services. And you have to be so precise when you're doing the service. Your customers are relying on it. They need you to make sure that you have that specific routine and that the cleaning specifications that were agreed upon are getting done. It's imperative for them to come into a clean, healthy, ready to go business environment. And that is the key to the success right there. So that's a little.
You were what, at the ripe old age of 19 years old, you said to your parents, I want to run this company. And they stepped aside and you ended up taking it over. And that is a shattered glass ceiling, to be certain.
It certainly was. And during that time frame, I was young, I was ambitious, and my parents could see that motivation and just that vision in my eye. And that's what gave them the confidence to say, you know what, let's make this happen. We believe in you, son. And I'm very, very thankful for that. And of course, it took time. It wasn't an easy process of just, okay, here you go, take it over. I mean, I was 19 years old. I was just getting done with my sales and marketing program at Base Technical College for my associate's degree. So when it came down to business, I had very little experience. But I looked up to other companies, other jobs that I had worked for, and I did everything I could to apply it. So that's when I started hitting the books and really coming up with a business plan. And of course, I had help with that too. It's constantly about reaching out. And I had reached out to my instructor, Kathy Brock, at that time, and she really helped make a difference for me with making that proposal and business plan.
That's great. And along the way, you have a mutual colleague and friend, Aggie Clark, who's also helping us with the We Empower You community. And you're a We Empower You member. So tell us a little bit about your membership and working with Aggie.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start with working with Aggie. The opportunity arose because of knowing her through my family. And she had always been kind of like that distant aunt. And I always considered her family anyways. But she was really close friends with my uncle. And boy, I had dug a hole so deep by expanding and growing too rapid. And when I say that, I had expanded from Washington into Oregon and then down into California. And when that happened, it really threw me for a tornado. And I did not know where to go and who to reach out for. My stress was through the roof, and I really needed some advice and help and someone that was willing to believe in my vision once again. So I had reached out to my uncle, and my uncle had said, "Hey, Anthony, you know what? You really need to talk to this individual." And that was Aggie. And Aggie gave me some of her time. And I believe it was about 30 minutes. And that 30 minutes turned into 3 hours. And at the end of our discussion, she was willing to stand beside me and say, "You know what? I'm here for you, and I'm going to make a difference, and we're going to get through this together." Because it felt like my life was over. It really did. But with that guidance and that mentorship, I was able to pivot and relocate back to Washington, concentrate here, and start rebuilding right back from the ground up. So along those lines, that's where I was able to meet Bettina, and we empower you. And this has been nothing but a fantastic adventure as well. And the mentorship that comes with it, the community that is what it represents is so powerful. And I would recommend this for anybody, whether you're in the cleaning business or you own a salon or you're doing fashion. You know, it's imperative to have those folks around you that can help communicate with you and just kind of go over some of the challenges they have. I mean, knowledge is power. And when people are willing to share it, that can only elevate you to that next level. And that's what We Empower You is all about.
Well, I have a big grin on my face. My cheeks are almost hurting. I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, I have a great big vision to empower the globe one business at a time. And this is happening. And you're one of our local Washington State members, although we have members in Brussels and Southwest Africa. I mean, West Africa and all over the United States and Canada. So I'm really excited to welcome you as a member as well. So you started at 19. It took you about a year, I believe, to get your first client. You grew into a little bit bigger britches than you had expected. You regrouped. And then now what's going on for you?
So now, after finally creating that certain potion of how to run this business correctly, my biggest goal is to bring people and to help them. And I really want to see that with the cleaning industry. We have a fabulous team. And I know within our team, I see a lot of entrepreneurs. I see a lot of driven individuals that want to go to the next level, and they just may not know how to. And I've even hired folks that actually owned cleaning businesses in the past, but they unfortunately failed. And I can speak on that too. It is so easy for that to happen. The demands come left and right, top to bottom. You're getting pulled. You have to wear so many different hats. And it is so difficult. And that's where we want to come in with Veltex advisors. And we really want to make the difference and step in there and say, "Hey, you know what? Here are our programs. This is how we can help you. And you can take this information and go with it." And that's value. That's how you get to that next level. And then, of course, we're always going to be there to help support them. And not just that, but Veltex advisors is also helping with lead generation. And having that is so critical in the business. I remember many times, I mean, just like even my first year of business, I had saved up $10,000 thinking, wow, this is going to be fantastic. I'm not going to run out. It's going to be just fine. But I couldn't land a single deal. And that was so hard. I did everything I could to be professional, to speak proper, to go in there and be sharp. But still, it takes references. It takes that extra lead to bring it in and to really close that deal. And that's where we can help you too.
Yeah. So as you're branching out, consulting on both commercial and residential cleaning businesses, what do you think about this opportunity? Is it a good opportunity for folks who are looking for something to do, I mean, COVID has clearly changed the game for cleaning. Everybody's cleaning more than they ever have before. Do you think this is a great opportunity?
That's a wonderful question, Bettina. And I think this right now it's more of an opportunity than ever. I mean, it's been so important to always have a clean space, right? But with the pandemic and everything, all this education coming to us, as simple as washing your hands or maybe wearing a mask. I mean, it's these cleanliness steps that are adding up, that are showing awareness. And it just shows that cleaning is not going anywhere. We need to keep it safe. We need to make those environments ready to go, whether you're at your home or you're in the office. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity for stability and long-term growth and something that can give you more freedom in life and options, and that's something that I love about the cleaning industry.
That's really great. So I love that you have the two sides of the business, this Veltex Services and the Veltex Advisors. So you've owned this small business for almost 20 years, right? And so what's one piece of advice that you would give a small business owner who wants to grow their business organically, just the way that you've done?
Right. So my biggest recommendation is to really, really concentrate on what you feel and not what the others in the outside world. Let them motivate you, let them bring in knowledge, but stay concentrated because you will unfortunately fail at times. It's never just a walk in the park. You're always going to have to challenge yourself. So I would recommend even trying to challenge yourself with day-to-day activities. Go that extra mile, take that extra time to read that book or whatever it is to elevate your knowledge. It's so critical to stay on top of it. It's so important to treat people with the utmost respect and to remember that we're all here trying to do our absolute best. So let's just bring us together and move forward. That is my biggest piece. If you can do that and stay focused, well, geez, by the end of the time, you will have success and you will feel complete with what you're doing.
That's a great answer. So you've clearly had to shatter a number of glass ceilings. The revenue glass ceiling in particular has been shattered in your case. So what are some important lessons that you can share with those that are watching and listening here today?
Oh, yeah. So it gets so difficult sometimes because you're trying to get sales. You're trying to build your team. You care about your employees' hours. You don't want them to lose hours when you lose the contract. So you're constantly wanting to bring in that next contract, that next customer, to keep that flow going. And one thing that took me years to figure out, unfortunately, was how to properly bid. That is one of the biggest challenges because you can think, wow, okay, well, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be doing the cleaning. But you got to X yourself out of that equation. And you got to remember, this is for your employees. This is something that they're going to be taking on. And you want to keep that structure as strict as possible. Because if you underbid, the nightmares will just be enormous, right? So, I mean, you won't be making profit. You'll actually be investing into your team to be there to do the cleaning. And on top of that, you'll probably start to get complaints because, of course, in the cleaning field, you always get some type of complaint, whether it's a minor or big. The biggest thing, of course, is just to resolve it and to stay positive. That's the best. So, when it comes down to bidding, be careful.
Yeah. So if a business is trying or deciding whether or not to hire a cleaning company, whether for their workplace or for their home, what are some of the considerations that they should be thinking about?
Oh, I would really recommend that, when you're considering a professional outfit, you should go with that investment because that's exactly what it is. It's an investment. It's an investment, whether it's for your home, for the guests that are coming in, for your family, for yourself. And if you have kids, we all know they're going to school. They're surrounded by germs and they're bringing it home. So we want to create that environment to where it's more safe, more comfortable. And when we're dealing with businesses, it's so important to have that. And I can speak just here in Washington. There's some there's some guidelines that the state has outlined that if you have a certain size facility, it has to get cleaned X amount of times. So keeping that in mind too, it's very important. And if you're thinking of just keeping in-house, well, now you're having to oversee and manage, which is going to take up more time. And as a business manager or owner or supervisor, you need to concentrate more on generating revenue for that business. So why not hand it off and have that extended team and hire a professional? And that's where we come in, Veltech Services, and we can make that professional environment and take away that stress, allowing them to concentrate on growing their profits.
Yes. I think of that saying, that time is money. So if you're spending your valuable time as a CEO trying to run a company, overseeing your cleaning, maybe that's not such a best use of your time. And so now I want to turn to a very warm story. So you have a mascot that you've named Chance, and it represents your brand and where you spot the difference, and that where you're going to work like a dog for your customers. Tell us a little bit about the chances that you were given in your young years as you grew up and faced with a number of opportunities to have things go your way or not go your way, and give us a little bit more of a personal story.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think this is kind of the groundwork of where the determination has really built and gone into gear. And I can speak. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing, but you know what? It's my past, and I'm proud of it. But there were times, like in high school, where I was still a freshman, my junior year. I was slacking. I was distracted. I was wanting to follow more of the popular crowds in a negative way, not in a good way. So doing that, it really threw some different opportunities at me that just threw me down the toilet, and I needed that additional chance, and I needed somebody to really grab a hold and help guide me. And sometimes, even me having wonderful parents, it's not your parents, it's not your grandparents, it's not your sister or your brother that's going to help pull you out. Sometimes it's going to take a random person that you barely know. And in my case, it was a librarian. I was actually in a little bit of trouble, and I had to go to the library and help clean up and do my homework in there and so forth. Well, she came up to me one day and she said, "You know what, Anthony? There's something different about you, and you need to stay away from the group that you've been hanging out with, and you should really consider taking this Running Start program." And that was with Bates Technical College. So, I threw it in my empty bag, didn't think nothing of it until later that summer. And then it hit me. I said,
Oh, we lost your volume. Anthony, we lost your volume. Not quite sure. So Daniel, maybe you could go ahead and show up spotthedifference.tv, which is Anthony's website. And we'll just go through there for just a moment. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, Bettina. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so go ahead. Go ahead and go back to your story.
Yeah, so that's where I took my chance, though. And that's where things really started to pivot and change for me. And I really started to be able to put these things together. I saw what my parents were doing. I saw the business side of it. And that's what really intrigued me. And of course, it's going to take people. It's going to take that community and reaching out to the right ones and making sure that you are on the right track.
That's great. So that explains the Dalmatian called Chance. And when you see it up on the website, let's pop that up there again. Half of Chance is actually white and the other half is spotted as a Dalmatian. I love that. That's spotthedifference.tv rather. So thank you so much. So in the world, we live in now, cleanliness is in both residential and commercial locations is imperative. So if you're looking for a cleaning company, look no further, because Beltec Services can help you out there. And check out their website, spotthedifference.tv, where you will spot the difference when it's time to clean up. Anthony, what are some parting thoughts that you might have here? We've got about 30 seconds for you.
All right. Yeah, no, if you're looking to go into the industry, I would highly recommend take a look at spotthedifference.tv. Veltex Advisors, we're here to help you. We have years and decades of experience, and we're willing to share that and make it happen. So if you really want to take your business to that next level and create some success for yourself and your family, then let's do this. Give us a call, go to our website, and you'll find more information, and we will definitely make that difference.
Great. Thank you so much. So I also wanted to remind everybody that the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit is every single quarter, and next up is December the 8th. So if you want to claim your free ticket to attend this 12-hour marathon day from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on December the 8th, go to weempoweryourlife.com, click on the Summit Tickets tab, and get your free ticket. So our next show up here on Rainier Avenue Radio is Sports Untold, hosted by Paul Schneiderman, featuring Seattle Mariners commentator Dave Sims as his guest. RAR will broadcast the WIAA AAA State Championship game Saturday at noon at Sparks Stadium. And join us each and every Thursday, except for holidays, at 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's been great to have you here, Anthony.
Excellent. Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
We look forward to seeing everybody. Bye for now. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Ask most anyone if they feel empowered in all areas of their life. If they're honest, they'll likely say no. Hi, I'm Bettina Carey, and I may be only 4'9½", but what I do is big. Dream big, break through, and connect to powerful people like you. And what I'm doing is inspiring and empowering others to break through, shatter their revenue glass ceiling. And I'm here to tell you that the We Empower You community is where you're going to want to be. It's a community. It's a membership. It's a movement. And what we're doing is helping you to start and run your online business without doing a thing. We're helping you to find angel investors that you don't have to pay back, to run your own membership program where you don't have to do the work, and so much more. We are here to empower you at the We Empower You Global Summit and the weempoweryourlife.com. Visit us on the web at weempoweryourlife.com or text the word Bettina to 555-888. We'll see you at the summit.